Hello. Dirty trucking. I'm back at the apartment. Another day, not doing a damn thing. And they going back and forth on why my car was pulled off this account. And they talking about a rider said the car was in an accident. They telling me a rider said the car was in an accident. And the only rider that could have said anything going on with this car was the lady I had to take to Amazon when the car cut off when we was on Woodward because the auto stop was on. But Uber's telling me a rider said that the car was in an accident. This car wasn't in an accident. Let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you what's really going on here. Because they lying. Oh, damn. I'm going to pull back up here. The goddamn check engine ain't been on all day. Well, it been on earlier today, then went out. Now it's back on. I done pulled up in the parking structure. So I'm going to pop the hood while we here. I'm going to pause the video, pop the hood, because I want to check the oil. Matter of fact, let me turn the car off so the oil can settle. So I go out there and check the oil. Because I want to see if the oil went down on this car. Because if it is, there's something else going on with this car. Because the check engine, I told you, every time I get a car, they got to find the need to pop codes up on there. What's today? Today is Tuesday. It's either the Mega Million or the Powerball draw today. They always got to pop codes up on the dash. The codes been popping up and on. Check engine. Wasn't in there when I first got in the car. It appeared on the car after I brought it back to the apartment that first day I got it, that first night. Came back out here, check engine on the goddamn car. So Uber is telling me a rider said the car was in an accident. The car ain't been in no accident. The car cut off. That ain't no accident. The car cut off because this auto stop was on and it cut off. But it may be the auto stop battery going bad too. That's making it do that. But the car ain't been in no accident. So I don't know who to believe. Because one side of Uber talking about it was an accident. The other guy at Uber talking about they said it was mechanical. There's no mechanical nothing here. The contract between Hertz and Uber doesn't require Uber to have an inspection on their cars. Unless the driver says there's something wrong or if it's needed maintenance like the oil change. Now that's what Hertz told me. And Hertz seemed to think, no, Uber seems to think because you order up an inspection that we could just drive up to one of your approved vendor shops and get the inspection the same day. It don't work that way. Now we possibly could have got it in at Pep Boys if I'd have gave my personal information, but I'm not going to do that. Why do I got to give you my personal information about a goddamn car? These people went out of their way to make sure I didn't have my own goddamn vehicle. But you want my personal information to somebody's rental car that I don't even fucking own. No, you don't need that information. The information for Hertz rental car, their location, address, and their phone number should have been sufficient with my name as the driver bringing it up here for the inspection. I didn't order the inspection. I didn't request the inspection. Uber did. Now you want to tell me a rider said, here we go with that rider saying shit. Yeah, you remember in February how the rider said I inappropriately touched him? Yeah, you remember that? How about in March when the hacker got into the phone and pretended he was customer support and they blocked me out of my account for 5 days? I've been off my account for a day and a half now. Because they talking about the inspection documents. And they should know that your contract between Hertz and Uber in Michigan, you don't require them to give the vehicle inspections. Unless there's an issue. If you report an issue, which they claiming happened, now they saying a rider did it. I thought she got it from when I reported it. I told her to refund the rider, and I told her why. I told her the car ain't cut off. Because immediately after I told her and she refunded the rider, I didn't think she wrote all that shit down. She sent them to write down every goddamn thing I said. I said the car cut off because the auto stop was on. And it made the car cut off. Simple fix. Keep it off. Ordered up an inspection. But I didn't find out. They reported it as an accident till today. No, when I got the email saying, so sorry you were in an accident. Let me tell you what's actually going on here. This car is black. Let me tell you who this car represents. When I worked for, who's that company in Indianapolis, Indiana, that the government put out of business. What was that, Celadon? I think it was Celadon. I think that was Celadon. I met a guy there at Celadon. We kicked it for a minute. On the day with orientation, I actually completed my orientation. He didn't. He decided that they had been lying to him. And he was leaving. So I was pulling out with a load. I said, well, you ain't got to spend no money for no bus ticket. I'm heading the way you got to go anyway. He need to get back to Atlanta. So I said, you ride with me. So I rode him until I got to some truck stop somewhere. I think I ended up dropping him off maybe in Virginia or somewhere. Somewhere before I dropped down from Indianapolis, Indiana. I forgot where. I actually forgot where, but I know it was a truck stop. I believe his name was Maurice. I think it was Maurice. He drove a black car. He used to FaceTime me from down there in his hometown. Talking about he was going to come up here and visit me. I thought I saw him one day at a club up here. Or a lookalike that looked like him. But he drives a black car. And what they've been doing is putting me in vehicles that are the same color or resemble a car of somebody I kicked it with. That silver car is with the bus driver, the DOT bus driver. That explains me feeling the little ass shit. And they call themselves discussing shit that happened because I'm driving the car. So now I'm in a black car. Let me tell you what happened to this guy. I don't know what state this shit happened in, but he was in the most horriblest accident ever. I went down to the truck stop in Atlanta. We was in Fulton County. There's a truck stop there. Called him. They have him come meet me at the truck stop. That's when he informed me he had been in an accident. He got hurt up real bad. Said he was driving a semi-truck. Said another truck came out of somewhere and he had to jump out the window of the moving truck. He got hurt real bad, according to what he was saying. And I was like, what the fuck? So that's why he didn't come visit me at the truck stop. Now, he made like he was finna come visit me, but he didn't. See, and when it get like that, when guys you meet, talking about they gonna come visit you when you in their home state and they don't, that mean there was a woman or a wife at home. See, that happened to me once before with somebody I knew from school. So when that kind of shit goes on, that means you had a woman at home or a wife at home. That's why you can't come up here. You can talk your shit on the phone, all the little FaceTime shit, when you ain't around the house. But if somebody come to visit you in your state and want you to come see them, you can't get free. So the guy's name, I believe it was Maurice, had a horrible accident. And I think somebody been going around saying that I caused the accident. Because I heard that quite a bit after I found out he was in an accident. And I don't know where the fuck that was. And I think that shit made it to a trucking company. I don't know where he had that accident at. I think he told me, I just don't remember. But all I remember, he said he had to jump out the window of the moving truck he was driving. And at the time, the last time I heard from him, when he told me that Celadon was lying to him and he wasn't going to sign on there because he had told them they had been lying to him, lured him out there and lying. Like, you know, we do. We know how they do to get you out there. So he said they was lying. So I said, what you going to do? He made a decision. Like I said, I dropped him off. He done made it back home. We was FaceTime. He was FaceTiming each other. He had called and talked. He told me he'd come up here and visit me. He never came up here and visit me. Like I said, I thought I saw him in the club one day. But he FaceTimed me one day down there in Atlanta driving in his car. His car is black. I know that because I remember seeing it. It's a black car. I remember he had a son. He got a bad accident. And the way he was talking, I know he had to be hurt up bad. Real bad. If he jumped out the window of that truck he was driving. He had to be. So, he never came to visit me at that truck stop. It was in Fulton County. I used to stop at that truck stop all the time. It's kind of packed. You kind of, if anybody ever been there, I can't remember if it was a Sheetz. I think it may have been a Sheetz or that other one. But it stays kind of packed. You kind of got to make a spot there. So I would stop there periodically because we had, what I used to deliver there. The delivery I used to have to deliver to was down the street. But I would stop there. So, and that was the last time I heard from him. About when he told me he had been in a horrible accident. And I was like, God damn, you got to be hurt up bad. But I didn't hear no more from him. But I've been starting to hear, people, I don't understand, people that wasn't there. You wasn't on the truck with me. You may have been on the truck with him, but I wasn't on his truck. I don't drive with anybody. I ride solo. But people around here have been started saying that I had an accident in the truck. That's what they've been saying. They were going around saying that I had been in an accident in the truck. The only accidents I've ever had in the truck. I haven't had any. They've hit my truck. My trucks have been hit. I don't hit trucks. I don't have accidents in trucks. I don't have accidents. If I knock on wood, I would. I don't have accidents. I've never had an accident in a semi-truck. They've hit my truck. Always hit my trucks. So, the gossip was going around that they was talking about I had an accident. Like I told you, they was saying a lot of shit when I was out there. They was talking about I can't see. Then they started saying I couldn't read. I used to go in the truck stops waiting for my shower, and a lady would come by, one of the workers, and point up and something, act like she was testing to see if I could read or see. They was saying a lot. But then I started hearing this shit talking about I supposed to have been in an accident. This car they put me in, they call themselves trying to discuss what happened between me and the guy who drove a car that was black. And that would be Maurice in Atlanta. He the one that had the accident. I didn't have the accident. I wasn't with him when the accident happened. I was at home. I don't know when it happened. I could have been over the road, but I know I wasn't with him. But I started hearing rumors and stories talking about I didn't have an accident. I wasn't teaming with him. He rode on the truck I had when I was with Celadon. I got him so far close to his home, and then he found his way from there. I dropped him off. Next thing I know, people been talking about I done had some accident. He had the fucking accident. Last thing I heard, if he left Celadon, he's supposed to be working for some furniture company, pulling furniture. I don't know if that company was out of Georgia or what, but he was working for a furniture company. So, I don't know if that's the company he was hauling for when that accident happened. All I remember him saying, he was driving. He said a truck come out of nowhere, and he had to jump out the window to save his life. That's all I remember. But here at this company, they've been talking about, they said a writer said I had an accident. I ain't had no fucking accident. And they know I didn't have no motherfucking accident. And why would you tell me a writer said I had an accident? The car cut off. That's not an accident. The car cut off because the auto stop was on. And it's possibly an issue with the auto stop. Because I don't know why it cut off like that and you couldn't crank it back up until you let it sit a couple of minutes. I come back to the car when I get ready to leave out. The lights on. They ain't on now. They off. The lights ain't on. But when I walk up to the car and get ready to get in the car, the lights on. They mysteriously coming on by themselves. I tried. I make sure it wasn't the key fob. Maybe that's a feature of the car. When you hit the key fob and unlock the door, the headlights come on. I did it twice. It didn't come on. So I don't know why they were on. And I'm going to have to start paying attention when I walk up to the car. Is they on already or is they coming on when I get close to the car? But I stood out here and closed the door, hit the key fob twice to see, and then open the door to see if the light's coming on when I open the door. Nope, didn't come on. 2 times I came out here at the apartment complex, the motherfucking goddamn car got the headlights on. So, they been on here talking about I had an accident. And I'm fed up with Uber telling me or doing something in my account because something the writer said. And here I am, called Uber to tell them to give that writer a full refund. And you telling me this writer told you that I had an accident and you pulled me off my account and prevented me from making money, and I dropped off at her motherfucking Amazon job on Woodward. I know damn well hell that lady ain't said nothing about I was in a damn accident. Now, she might have said the car cut off. See, that's why you don't know what was said. They don't let you see the message. They don't let you see nothing. It be they phone workers get on the phone telling you this shit. And this is Warren Truck Plant all over again. This is what happened at Warren Truck Plant when they put me off my job. They said a coworker said. They said my coworker said. So when I got back from that first time they put me off, I talked with my coworker, Don, that was next to me. I said, well, Chrysler said y'all was saying I was acting out of ordinary. And he said, we ain't said nothing about you. This is the same exact shit where they going around saying that other people have said some shit and ain't nobody said shit. And you can't verify no shit because they don't let you see the message. They want to protect the writer. Well, they need to be protecting themselves from lawsuits because of the writer. You can't keep going around talking about the writer said and doing shit to the driver because of what the writer said. That feature, this feature on this car was not a reason for you to pull my car off this goddamn account and tell me I need to go get an inspection. Then turn around and tell me the writer said I had an accident. That's why you did it. But then when I talked to your safety department, he said, no, they said it reported a mechanical issue. But once it's reported, you know, that's our procedure. Which one is it? It can't be reported as an accident and then you say it's mechanical. It's neither one. The car cut off. That's a mechanical issue. But there was a reason it cut off. The feature on the car that cuts it off, cut it off. When it's off, I don't have no mechanical issue. But they ordered up an inspection. Like here in Michigan, we can drive to Firestone and Pep Boys and the rest of their vendors, which ain't many, and pull up and get a same day inspection. Oh, the men did. That girl in the video I just posted, she pulled up there. She been at that little place now, not as long as I have, waiting to get service. But she there for a tire. She got in. You gotta wait. It's a fucking inspection, And they get on the phone talking at you like you got to be there goddamn a whole fucking day for a damn inspection that was asking you to check the tread depth, the brakes, the lights, make sure the front seat slide. The normal shit. That don't take a whole day. Then they get on there and talk about they might not approve it. It takes them a long time to approve it. No, you telling me that you're finna do something to have me sitting there a long time. It don't take them a long time to approve any damn thing. That's a lie. Because I've dealt with this before. You put it in through the computer. They approve it. They already know the car coming for this issue. You pull this car off the account because of a goddamn button. Now, the only way this would really be an issue, that is if I had this auto feature off and the car cut off when it was off. It hasn't done that. Every time it cut off, the feature was on. When it cut off at 7-Eleven, I went to crank the car. When you crank it, it immediately comes on. The car didn't crank. I had to sit there. The car was on the incline. It still didn't crank. I rolled the car back to a flat surface. It cranked. Then I had to immediately push that auto start, the auto feature off. I can't make this up to save my life. So I'm going to pause this video because I need to check the oil. Because I don't know what the fuck going on. I reset the oil gauge on there for it to say oil life 100%. Now it's down to 2%. So I'm finna pop the hood. I'm going to pause the video, pop the hood, and check the oil while we on video. Because the lady at Hertz seemed to want to tell me that her and her manager been driving the car. So now, you've been riding around the car, they didn't have no goddamn oil in it. And then I don't think she want to offer me because she see I can't get this done. Well, we can go ahead and close out your contract. What good is that gonna do to me? I'm the top driver here in this state. What it look like the top driver can't get a rental car? You don't have a replacement car to put me in. You just so adamant to keep me in this car. You keep telling me this the only car you got. You couldn't put me in another car today to get me going. And I done spent my money. She talking about, well, it's because you told them it was the. Oh, now they telling me the rider told me. It was an accident. This car ain't been no goddamn accident. It ain't been a shit. Then I was on the phone with the department just now. They're supposed to remove this shit. The phone got disconnected. Then she tried to call back. The phone rang a brief and hung up on its own. It's time for me to leave. I don't know how many signs that God got to give me to tell me to fucking leave. I done had more than enough signs. It's time. So I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to pop the hood. We finna go out here and see if the oil done gone down. See why this check engine keep popping on and off. Otherwise, it's lottery time. That's why it's popping on and off. All right, I'm under the hood here. Kind of hot. So let me pull this dipstick out. Let me set this phone down. This motherfucker hot as hell. Nope, it's still level. Can you see it? I don't think you can see it. Can you see it? Can you see the oil? So it's still good. So I don't know why the check engine coming on. All I know, it's extremely hot as hell up under this car. So, it ain't the oil. The oil I put in there is perfect. The car didn't have any oil, but this car is hot as hell. So, All I know, it ain't the car. But all I know, the check engine keep popping on and off. There's no damage. There's this car ain't been in an accident. So, I don't know what the fuck going on here. But all I know, they like to give me cars that's similar to the people who I knew had these type of cars. And when they get me to drive them, they start playing games with them. So, I'm done. I need to go ahead and find a way out of this. Look, let me, look. I told you, didn't I tell you? Ever since I got this black car, these black cars everywhere. Let me show you. I told you the last time when I got the silver car, I showed you what was going on in the garage. Look over there. Them two blacks. Black there. Up there. Down there. Right there. They do it every time I get something with a color in it. They start displaying the color in the vehicles. I told you, if I could film and drive, you would see all these black cars and these Dodge Rams just keep coming around me. They all black like this car. If I get a white car, it's gonna be all white cars in this garage. I get a green car, it's gonna be all green cars. I get a blue car, it's gonna be all blue cars. They was doing it with my purses. Get a beige purse, they showing beige cars. This is what they do. This is a fucking game here. I'm sick of it. She act like she done hung the phone up because they know they done fucked up. Then they want to try to explain it.